Oh shit! I should have a kitten picture ready, shouldn't I?
I don't know, maybe.
I got several, so let's get one up here. Oh, hi guys, welcome to the show. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm Monkey Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how the hell you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm all right.
I do have a kitty cat. Let's put this kitty cat up. Oh no, I need to do that, and then I'm good at my job. This is strangely in or on topic because we're going to talk a little bit about the football game that happened tonight. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to go deep into sports here. I love sports. I will talk a little bit about the game itself, but I'm more interested in how YouTube did covering the game and why it shows YouTube will never be taken seriously by major media corporations. And it all comes down to them insisting on putting weird YouTubers on the screen.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. Look, YouTube should embrace what it is.
Yes.
And just accept it. They're still crushing cable. So, look, if you just lean into, you can see just normal people on here instead of trying to cater to this cable audience that isn't going to come over. Look, your cable channels are fucking worthless. So why are you catering to them?
Okay, briefly talk about the game. It was a good game, and YouTube could not have picked a better game to have as their first ever NFL game. It was the Chargers versus the Chiefs, Mahomes versus Herbert. Herbert had a career day, throwing for over 300 yards, throwing for 3 touchdowns, and beating the current AFC champions. And it was fucking awesome. As a Charger fan, go Bolts. The Chiefs, even though they're missing their number one wide receiver, who we'll talk about in just a second, they still did well, even when their number 2 receiver got knocked out on the 3rd play of the game by one of his own teammates.
What?
Travis Kelce ran into their receiver, Xavier Worthy, and I'm guessing he dislocated his shoulder or broke his collarbone or something. He never came back to the game.
Wow.
Yeah, because they ran into each other, and even without him, I mean, it's Mahomes, so he made some magic happen. The Chiefs looked horrible for the first quarter. They looked better for the rest of the game, but they were just so sloppy. And if they play like that against the Eagles, they're going to get destroyed. But I did just want to briefly mention why their number 1 receiver was out for the Chiefs. He's serving a 6-game suspension, Jack, on a behavioral clause for his multiple felonies that he pled guilty to in a drag racing situation where people got injured.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he doesn't get to play for 6 games. The NFL. At least, hey, look, of all the things we've talked about NFL players getting in trouble for, a little injury from drag racing, not really the worst. At least it wasn't drugs. At least it wasn't beating a woman or something like normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, give them time. Sometimes you gotta work up to that.
Got to build up, and you start. So you got to walk before you run.
Yeah.
But anyway, the game was good, and for YouTube, that's a win. They had a good game to start their path, because they're also working with it's not DirecTV, Sunday Ticket, where you can watch all the games. Somehow it's now integrated with YouTube. So, I mean, for selling the service and everything, it was a really good way to do it. I can't take that from having this game. I was worried because anytime I see YouTube doing something normal, like a football game or boxing or anything like that, they always bring in the YouTubers, and they don't bring in the experts, right? Like, they didn't bring in people who run channels based on football and have them give good analysis. No. They had some people I've never fucking heard of who were annoying and overly chipper. And then they kept putting that pedo pusher Mr. Beast on my screen.
That dude's been getting a lot of play lately. Did you see his advertising the Tron movie?
I didn't, but why do they keep putting Jared Leto in movies?
I don't know. For the same reason they bring out Mr. Beast, because people know his name, but there's just no talent there.
Kelsey only had 2 catches and 1 being a TD. He's old and declining. I mean, he's 35 and he's a tight end. He's taken a lot of beatings in his career. Yeah, he probably is coming towards the end, but he's still somebody you got to watch out for. I do want to say that the Charger that slapped him in the helmet should have been ejected from the game. Weird rule, Jack. You're not supposed to hit each other in the head. And Kelsey
weird.
Kelsey pushed on a Charger and the Charger smacked him in the head. And he didn't get ejected. He got a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, but he didn't get ejected because he used an open hand instead of a closed fist.
It's still a strike. He probably should have been thrown out for that.
He absolutely should have been thrown out of the game. And he is instrumental in many defensive plays that cost the Chiefs the game. He broke up the 2-point conversion that would have tied the game at one point. I know you don't understand anything I just said.
No, I recognize the words, but not the context in which you're using them. Now, are you telling me this game was played in Brazil?
It was played in Brazil, yes.
All right, and the Chargers won?
Yes.
So they had to go out of the country in order to win a game?
Yes.
Interesting.
Since Herbert and Mahomes have been the quarterbacks for their respective teams, they played each other before tonight 8 times. And of those 8, the Chargers have won 1. Yeah.
Oh.
And if I remember correctly, it was the second game they ever played each other. And yeah, they had to go to Sao Paulo to find. I'm rooting for the Sao Paulo Chargers now. I'm here for it. It was cool to see all the Brazilians down there. Typically, if you look at a football game, Jack, you'll see the audience in there in one of the jerseys for the 2 teams playing. There were a lot of Chiefs jerseys there. There were a lot of Charger jerseys there, but there were also jerseys for every team around the league, because these guys are just like, football, we love it. And like, I can appreciate that.
Is that guy wearing a Real Madrid shirt?
It's all a baseball jersey. But no, it was a good game. But that he didn't get thrown out because of the open hand. And to me, and tell me if I'm thinking wrong, whether you slap him or punch him in the head, the guy's wearing a helmet. It's going to affect him pretty much the same. But if you punch a helmet, you're going to hurt yourself a lot more than if you just slap it.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
So you only get ejected if you do more damage to yourself. Does that make sense?
I don't try to figure football out anymore, dude.
That makes no goddamn sense to me. Anyway, he absolutely should have been kicked out. That was my kitty. Yes, this is Flair's Maine Coon. Flair Fritz in chat there sent this one to me earlier today. And you guys know me and my Maine Coons, man. That you changed the coloring on that, and that's Phoebe. I love the mane on Maine Coons. They're so pretty. Anyway, so I want to talk about a couple of things that happened during the game, Jack. We can't watch video because it's the NFL, and well,
they're a bunch of straight happy psychopaths. Yeah,
they're dicks about copyright. On your screen right here, Jack, is the guys doing the rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. They didn't sing it. One dude in a dress played the saxophone, and a cool jazz dude is there on his stand-up bass. And that was our national anthem. Not our best moments.
Yeah, I would say that.
the saxophone version of it wasn't bad, but the bass didn't go with it.
Look, it doesn't have to make sense. It just has to embarrass us.
If they had just done the saxophone, I probably wouldn't have had a problem with it. If they didn't have Bozo the Clown playing it. Now, you want to see what the Brazilians got? Because they did the Brazilian national anthem as well. They got this chick singing their national anthem.
Why is Brazil doing better than us in entertainment?
This is an American sport. We got a dude in a dress playing the sax, and they got this hottie right here, who, by the way, managed camel toe in what looks like denim. I don't know if it actually is. And good on you, lady.
Looks like some kind of pleather.
And them some tight pants, man.
Yeah. Not like those hideous ones we looked at the other day, where it's pleated in the crotch.
The audience was so into her singing, by the end of the song, you could hear the whole stadium singing it.
Everybody was looking at her crotch.
I just thought that was awesome. You don't get that at American games.
No, we don't have a lot of patriotism anymore. The lefties and commies have knocked that out of us.
We got outdone on the national anthem for one of our sports. How the fuck did that happen? Anyway. She did a great job. I didn't understand a word she said because it was all in Spanish. And that's what Brazil speaks, right? Or is it Portuguese? Portuguese. The only part I recognized was at the very end. Apparently, they say Brazil. That word I caught. I understood that one. But she did a really great job with it. And yeah, I was just sad that America didn't get its due diligence on that. Good job, YouTube. You put this shit together.
They're probably YouTubers or something stupid like that.
She's a Billboard artist. She's an actual artist. I looked her up, and I highly recommend it, Jack. I don't know her name. Anna Castilla. I don't fucking care. Look it up, man. She let's just say she rocks a cowboy outfit.
Nice.
Yeah.
A porta potty is not a language carrier.
She looks like she's wearing chaps. She is wearing chaps. Can we go forward? I mean, look at all these people singing along. Do we get a full body of her anywhere? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, she's wearing star-spangled chaps, dude.
That's kind of awesome.
Isn't it? With her cowboy hat and shit. Yeah, she rocked it. I have nothing bad to say about that. Now, look, maybe if you're from Brazil, she fucked the song up. I have no idea. Everybody there seemed to like it.
Yeah, well, pretty girl singing, nice voice. Kind of hard not to at least give a little bit of grace to any mess ups.
I will say I do appreciate that even though we were in Brazil, they played the American national anthem first. And there's probably going to be some Americans who don't like me for this, but they should have done the Brazilian one first.
It's the country you're in. So
yeah.
That's just proper form.
We should have let them do theirs first. However, I am glad in the way they did it because ours was so bad, we wouldn't wanted to follow her. You get the shitty one out of the way first and then do the good one.
Yeah, they were like, we can't follow her up with whatever that dude is and the cello.
So we're just gonna have this freeze frame on for a while I talk about the YouTube side of this, Jack. So I was worried about the announcing, but they actually did pretty good. They got Chris, what's his name, that used to be on ESPN all the time, and they brought in what's his name, Kurt Warner, who was the quarterback for the greatest show on turf back in the days when the Saints were actually really good. And job announcing the game. Warner wasn't much of a talker. He was the color man, so he doesn't have to be. But that part was good. It really was. And then they'd let the YouTubers speak. They had a YouTuber who does football stuff and even played some football, and he was the voice of the fans. We only saw him like, oh, sorry, Rams. I said Saints, right? Saints is my bad. He's the voice of the fan. You only see him like 3 times, and at one he's standing on the sidelines wearing what looks like tourist merchandise.
Nice.
And just smiling real big. And then they show him dancing with some people, and then they have him at the end re-showing both of those things.
You know what? YouTube, we could do this. We could do the show like that for them.
Look, at least I know the fucking players.
Yeah, I don't know any of that. I suspect that I could just kind of wing it and be like that dude from Dodgeball.
Yeah,
it's an interesting play there. I don't know what's happening, but it looked neat.
You'll be my Jason Bateman.
Camel toe.
At the end of the show, at the beginning, the middle, and at the end, they had this chick. I don't know who she was, but she was clearly on something. I think she had been huffing pumpkin spice or something before in the show. Way too happy to be there.
Well, and free trip to Sao Paulo.
She's sitting with Cam Newton, who is a former quarterback in the NFL, Jack, and should probably never do commentary in his life. He seems like a nice guy, but it's just that what should be showing that your professional side of stuff, you basically have kids up there going, this is so cool to be in an NFL game with an untested talent in Cam Newton. And at the end of the game, they bring Derwin James and what's his name? Number 13 for the Chargers.
Bill Smith.
Yes, it's Bill Smith. What's his name? I can see his face, but his name's escaping me for the moment. Anyway, those two come over after it and sit down with them. And she's just like, tell me about what you were thinking during the one run. And he's like, what? Keenan Allen. Thank you, Keenan Allen. I didn't even realize Keenan had come back to the Chargers. He left the Chargers last year because the Chargers couldn't afford him anymore because they paid him way too much. So he went and played for the Bears last year, and he came back this year, and it was awesome. He was right back into things.
I'm sorry. I believe that's pronounced Da Bears.
Da Bears. You're right. He wasn't very productive for them, and he's back with the Chargers, which is fucking awesome. And the quarterback for the Chargers is Justin Herbert, and the coach remembered that. Nobody in NFL history has put up more yards than him in their first 5 years. And last year, the coach was like, I think we're going to run the ball a lot. Oh, it was bad.
But I don't know what that means. I'm in danger.
This is the problem anytime YouTube tries to do something like this, something mainstream, is that they get YouTubers in there, which is the right thing to do because it's on YouTube and you want to attract a YouTube audience. But they don't even go out and find people who would be good at the job. They just find people who are milk toast life blogger bullshit.
Yeah, but they got to get somebody safe. They don't want to get anybody that might say something mildly controversial.
Yeah. It was funny because at the beginning of the show, on their pregame, they had a YouTuber who told you to come watch him for fantasy football stuff because he's a fantasy football expert. And he told all of the fantasy people who were watching that they should start the receiver who got injured on the third play. I don't know if you know much about fantasy football, but if the guy can't play, he's not going to do well for you in fantasy football.
Yeah, I would think not. I mean, unless the goal is to lose.
He also told everybody to sit Justin Herbert for this week, and he had a career game. It's like, you guys couldn't even get your fantasy expert right. Fuck. How do you guys fuck this shit up? Whose ass do you have to kiss at YouTube to become the boob that they have when they do these kind of things?
I mean, that's a good question.
Mr. Beast should have been nowhere around this. Mr. Beast pushed a pedo on people, defended his little pedo friend over and over again. And everybody's just like, that never happened. How is that guy still a thing?
I don't know. I really don't.
And Mr. Beast came up with a great idea, Jack.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
He had a big fat guy who was a Kansas City Chiefs fan and a little tiny Asian looking chick who was a Charger fan.
Ooh.
And they made a bet. Whoever loses the bet based on their team winning or not gets put into a cannon and shot over an inflatable goalpost into some water.
What?
Yeah. So they load up the fat guy and shoot him. And as they're doing this, all I can think is, what fucking retard approved this? Are you trying to get sued?
I guess so.
The fat guy barely clears the inflatable goal thing and landed safely for now until, his neck hurts tomorrow.
Yeah, when his whiplash kicks in after the adrenaline wears off.
But that's the kind of shit they do. I mean, one, it's the first game of the season. You don't need all the hoopla and shit. Like, you don't need a 2-hour after show. It's the first game of the season. That's like playoff shit. But more importantly, why are you firing people in a Mr. Beast skit like that for a football game? I get it. You're YouTube. But you're trying to get people to buy the NFL from you. And if they think that this is what they're going to get on every fucking game, it's not like non-sports fans are going to be like, oh, Mr. Beast might shoot somebody out of a cannon. I'll watch this week. This should have been...
Is there a big crossover with the NFL and Mr. Beast fans? Isn't he aimed at like 12 and 13-year-olds?
Yes. And I mean, I guess if you're trying to get that audience to watch, cool. But that audience can't afford Sunday ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they might watch with their dad, but if they have one.
If they have one.
I mean, I'm sure Mr. Beast's audience is a predatory playground. But look, I don't know. I don't see how that kind of crossover works. You would have been better off getting somebody else to like give a statement or something. You could even get you probably could have got Ben Shapiro to do it.
Well, the guy, what's his name? Rich. I think I might have said another name earlier, but the guy who did the commentating during the game, he has his own YouTube channel where he interviews sports people. That's a really good idea to get somebody like that. He gets to promote YouTube. He gets to promote the NFL and talking to athletes, to people who would tune into that shit.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast is not going to be bringing you people.
He's not going to bring in the crowd that you're trying to attract.
I can understand going hog wild for an international audience. To a point, yes, but you need to have it more professional. Because remember, the whole point of this is to sell the Sunday ticket package. That was the reason the NFL is working with YouTube on this and why YouTube had this game. So the whole point is to sell NFL to NFL fans. Not
on
to
YouTube.
sell on YouTube, yes. Not to sell people who would watch Mr. Beast to watch the full football game. Plus, I don't like the way Mr. Beast says the Chargers. There's something weird about his mouth when he says it. It's probably from having his pedo friend's dick in it. Excuse me. But yeah, I really did enjoy the game, and I really hated the YouTube part of it. And I can't imagine many NFL fans enjoyed the YouTube part of it. And what bothers me about it, Jack, is that like with the guy that I think his name's Rich Lowry, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong on that. He does a professional sportscast on YouTube. There's plenty of people who do that kind of stuff. You could have had them all involved in this. But YouTube, the people at YouTube have this idea that everybody who watches YouTube is like 10.
Yeah,
And
apparently.
yeah. And so everything they do when it comes to a mainstream event like this, they have the teeny bopper crowd out there.
I mean, there's plenty of like grown-up content on YouTube. I don't know why
Mhm.
they're resorting to like Mr. Beast is popular. That's a
Yeah.
stupid idea. Like, did you not see any of the controversies? The sports guy I get, like you said,
Yeah.
but why didn't they find some other sports commentators or some really big YouTubers that might have some crossover appeal?
Shannon Sharp. I know that name doesn't mean anything to you. Shannon Sharp does a show on YouTube. This would have been a perfect venue for him. And maybe they just couldn't get him, but that's who I would have gone after. I would have gone after people who have crossed over from like sports here to doing commentary shit. But they're like, nah, let's get Mr. Beast to shoot a fat guy through a cannon.
That'll bring all the middle-aged dads to the yard.
Oh God, man. Anyway, like I said, I enjoyed the game, but I'm much more interested in how YouTube handled it, and I just don't think they handled it well. And the national anthems were. I was sad to be an American with that display.
That's embarrassing.
And I'm sad to be an American because the Brazil girl sings much better. Yeah, it was tragic. It was just tragic. All right, let's get back to our kitty cat and talk about other shit, Jack. I don't know what's going on in the world today guys, the reason we didn't do a show this morning is because I woke up at noon. And then we went shopping, and then we came home, and then it was too late to do a show. So, yeah, watch the after party if you want yesterday's show.
I told them that was quitter talk.
And tonight's show we're doing because I have stuff to do tomorrow. We're celebrating Lady Monkey's birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday to her. Should we sing?
No, her birthday isn't. We're just celebrating it tomorrow.
Oh.
It's later in the week, and anytime we have weekday birthdays, we always celebrate them the weekend before or after.
Yeah, for all the sex time. Yeah, got it.
And yes, Dart, I know that Shannon Sharp has some events, but I'm just going to say I don't believe those events are real. How do you blacklist Shannon Sharp for some chick claiming he banged her? And not ban Mr. Beast for platforming a pedophile?
Because Mr. Beast brings in a ton of money.
I suppose. Hey, Camel, I have covered that when the allegations blew up. I covered it on the show. Go read the allegations; they're ridiculous.
Did you? I know you saw the Marlins thing. Did you want to talk about that?
The Phillies game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about Miss Karen. Let me.
Since we're talking about sports ball,
let me find that video. So at the Phillies game, there was a confrontation. You know what? Let's do this in order. So the original video that comes out is this one. Let me move it to my other screen, and then I'll share it. Don't worry, guys. I'm a professional. I do this for a living. There we go. All right. So this is the original video as it's released.
What a long home run to left for Harrison Bader. What a long home run to left for Harrison.
And then people were like, hey, what happened? And the Philadelphia Phillies released the full video. This is from their from the Phillies tailgate account. And we get the full video. It's kind of hard to see, but you want to watch. Can you see my pointer? Yeah, you want to watch right in here. A home run has just been hit to this spot, and this happens. Hang on. We're going to turn that.
That's a bit loud.
Way the fuck down. So there's a scrum for the ball, and if you've ever been at a baseball game and a ball's been hit near you, this happens.
Yeah,
And
it's a loose ball. It didn't hit anyone.
Yep.
So there's no dibsies.
There's no dibs on this shit. And if you watch it blown up and get to see what actually happens here, he doesn't steal this ball from her. He doesn't rip it out of her hand or anything. He just gets to it first.
Yeah, it's on the floor by the empty row of seats.
Yes.
So there's nobody's claim to it. Now, if you get hit by the ball, I think you should be allowed to keep that ball. And if you catch it and somebody snatches it away or it's handed to you, fine. But this guy, he's in the clear. It was a loose ball, free and fair, first come, first serve on that basis.
So she's reaching for it. He reaches it first. It's his ball. That's the rules.
Yeah.
But that's not good enough for Miss Karen here, who comes over, puts her hands on him. By the way, that's assault.
Yeah.
And starts yelling at this man. Now, when he gets the ball, he gives it to his son. By the way, it's his son's birthday. They were at the ball game for his birthday. And this twat comes over pissed off that she didn't get a $2 baseball. And he gets so annoyed with her that he's like, fuck it, here's the fucking ball. Take the fucking ball back.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to get arrested on his son's birthday. A lot of people are calling him a pussy, but you know what? It's not worth the hassle with some of these people. It's
Absolutely
kid's birthday. Not. You don't want to have this kind of blowout where you end up in a fight with some crazy old woman, and then you end up going to stadium jail. I watch a lot of stadium lockup. It's better just to give her the ball and buy the kid something cool later. They're like, look, man, just give her the ball. We'll do something else later. Don't let it ruin your experience, especially on your kid's birthday.
Yeah. Thank you, God Righty. First night with a new bed cat. First time in 5 years not sleeping on pad on the floor while taking care of an 86-year-old grandma. She's going to outlive her kids out of spite.
Nice.
Have to Jack. The love den needs new walls. I see mold growing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's not mold. Thanks, God Ratty.
Now there's some updates to this story. Thank you, Dark Resurrect, for that feminist $12. I think I speak for all of us when I say fuck that Thunder cunt and good on the Phillies and Marlins. Yes. Because those are some of the updates. Do I have that video? Yeah, right here. Now, this is the staff of the stadium who saw what happened. And we're not going to watch the video. We'll just pop it.
For those that don't know, stadiums have cameras everywhere.
Yes.
They saw this go down. So somebody made a really good decision really quickly because this happened fairly quickly within the course of events. So the game is obviously still going on.
Yeah, and because they're still in their seats and everything, and they bring him a gift bag, which is fucking awesome. Good on the Phillies for this.
Yeah, they're probably like, run down to the gift store, fill a bag with some free loot, right? We'll write it off. This is brilliant PR because everybody saw that tennis match thing where the guy snatched the hat.
Yes.
And they didn't want to look like they're not on the ball. This is free publicity, makes them look good for what, $6 of material that it probably costs them to print the shirt and hats and whatever else up. And good on them. This took a really good turn for this kid, especially here. I'm real happy about this part. This was really cool.
This is even cooler because not only did he get the bag from the stadium with the goodies in it, this is the guy who hit the home run. Something Bader. I forget his first name.
Master?
No, I don't believe so. It's Bader or Baden. Maybe it's Baden. I forget. I'm not a Phillies fan, so I'm not real sure.
Sports ball guy number 5. Got it.
Well, he got a bat from the guy instead of the ball, which is fucking cool.
Yeah, he signed it too, right?
Gets a signed bat from the guy who hit the ball.
Yeah, so he got like a t-shirt, hat, a bunch of other little shit, probably some like bobblehead or kitschy shit, and a signed bat. So that's a pretty good birthday. It's sort of like you traded the ball for the prize behind door number 2.
Yeah, and I'm fairly certain that Karen is out there wanting to talk to somebody's manager about this.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look, when you're the villain of the story, you don't get a complaint. But good on the Phillies for this. And were they at the Marlins field or was this in Philadelphia?
I'm not sure which stadium it was at. I didn't even know the Marlins was the other team involved until we got on here.
Yeah, it said something about the Marlins when I read the write-up on it on X. So I'm assuming they were playing the Marlins. This is probably the Philly field, but that would make sense that they're like, all right, man, you go grab a goodie bag, you go find that fucking idiot batter and get him to sign a bat for the kid. Tell him he's contractually obligated. And I think that's probably what went down, was just that they wanted to get ahead of the story.
Yeah,
And,
so I need to
good on them.
I need to give the Marlins some credit here because the stadium worker, I don't know if they work for the Phillies or they work for the stadium, but this is in Miami. So you can tell because the Phillies are listed first and then the Miami's second there. So that would be the home field. So yeah, it was at the Marlins place. And
well, good on the Marlins for that, and good on that Phillies player for going over and meeting with the guy, because then he's under no obligation to go meet this kid.
Oh yeah.
The team can't tell him what to do. So, but good on him, because they probably had to have somebody run up and talk to him right away.
Yes.
And say, hey, man, this kid had a ball taken from him. It's his birthday. Would you mind going and signing a bat for him for a photo op? Because their manager would be fine with it, because it's great publicity for the Phillies.
Oh, sure.
And it's great publicity for the stadium because they gave the kid a big bag of loot. I'm sure the kid walked away pretty happy. At least I hope he did, because otherwise he's done grateful little shit. But good on everybody involved except for the Karen. And apparently they booed the lady and her husband so much they left early.
Good.
So
Fuck
the husband
that bitch.
was like super embarrassed, according to some of the responses online.
Her nonsense there. Look, sometimes you're almost the one at the ball and somebody just beats you. It happens.
Yeah, look, just accept it. You didn't get to it. Somebody got to it first. I'm sorry you're not agile and you're old. Life's hard. It's full of disappointment. You should have been used to that by now.
Yeah. So, good on everybody except for her. Fuck her, and I hope bad things happen to her. You took that ball from the kid. You saw him give it to his kid.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Didn't
no, I deserve that ball because it landed near me. Well, you should have been faster, bitch.
Yeah. I understand, like I said, why the dad did it. It's his kid's birthday. Didn't want to go to jail for beating an old lady and elder abuse. Why is your dad in jail? He went to jail my birthday for beating an old lady. That's how you get serial killers.
True.
But
I don't
good
understand.
on the stadium and good on the team. So,
by the way, I have switched the picture. Look, I know typically we have a cat on the screen, but my Chargers won tonight, and Justin had a great game, so he's gonna be my background for the night.
oh, brother.
Shut up. I don't understand being like that. One, it's not like this is Reggie Jackson's third home run. It's a random home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that it's a major league ball and all of that, but in the grand scheme of things, you're like a really old lady. Did you need a baseball that bad? You could have bought one. Baseballs aren't that expensive.
No, they're what, like $5 now?
Something like that, yeah. I bought one the other day, oddly enough, and it was like $1. $1. You're ruining a kid's day over a fucking $1.
Dollar bill, yo. Yeah, I don't
Goddamn.
understand that. Like, you saw him give it to his kid, you should just let it go. Even
You
if you
should've-
were mad, even if like I should have got that. Get over yourself. Nobody cares.
Nope.
Some little kid got it. That's what matters more. Fuck off.
Yeah, because I've seen people who snatch a ball right as a kid is about to grab it, and I think very lowly of those people.
Yeah, people get their blinders on and don't think things through. If you want the sport to continue, if you want any hobby to continue, you have to have young people invested in it. And nothing will turn a kid off of anything more than somebody stealing their shit.
I've gotten balls before at stadiums. I used to go to the Tidewater Tides. They used to be the Mets AAA team in Virginia. They're not affiliated with the Mets anymore. They're not even called the Tides anymore, if I remember correctly. But I've given away balls to kids before that I've gotten because the kid wanted. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. It's a fucking baseball.
Yeah,
It
and
made
largely,
his
what's
day.
the significance? Well, yeah,
Nothing.
That's a big deal to a little kid, but to a grown up, are you going to remember where you got that baseball in 5 years?
I have none of the baseballs I got from those games. Literally none. The only baseball that I have that I've held on to for years is my ball that's signed by Kerry Wood, who was a great pitcher for the Cubbies until he blew out his elbow. And then he was an okay pitcher for him. And he was only signing for children, and I do feel a little bad about this. I gave the ball to my sister-in-law, who it was like is my brother's ex-wife. She was like 4'10", and she looked like a little kid. I'm like, go try to get this signed. And she got it signed for me. I don't care. The other little kids there all got their ball signed. It's not like I took one from a child. I just made Kerry sign his name one extra time.
You know that dude went home and like, I signed the ball for a midget. I think it was Brad Williams.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. That's why you should have little people friends, man, because they can pretend to be kids and get shit signed for you.
Plus, it does make Halloween easier because every year you could go as Luke and Yoda.
Yeah, no shit. You got to plan these things. All right, Jack, I'm sure there's other stuff going on in the world that we should talk about. There's a video that you're way too happy for me to watch.
Well, look, man, I find things and I share because I don't want any one of them to eventually be the Ring video.
Do you mind if I read what you wrote to me?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. This is how Jack sent it to me. He sent me the video, and then he said, "You're welcome in advance. I know how much you love good poetry." I'm just telling you guys that to prime it for you because I just want you to know it's not me, it's Jack. Now,
I'm a giver. What can I say? Sadako's not claiming my soul.
I don't want to be mean, but I might end up being. Jack, check your money, hobo, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
There.
Oh,
thank you, Evolved Potato. Completely off topic, but I'm reading a manga while watching. It has several parts that call commies stupid hypocrites and terrible people. It's nice to have entertainment media that isn't commie shit. True. Very true. And it's so hard to find because a lot of commies are involved in the arts. But thankfully, Japan hates communists too.
I feel like this is like the start of a horror movie and she's coming out of the TV because I waited 7 days after watching a video.
I'm telling you, man, that's why I don't take these chances. I share with people. It's because if you share the video, then you're not going to be next. It skips you then.
All right.
I read the book and saw the movies. I know.
My pronouns are she.
Oh, God. I was going to say, I think that's a dude, but I didn't want to be mean.
You'll probably have to turn the volume up a little bit.
Oh, you guys couldn't hear that? I don't know why it does that, because for me it was perfectly loud, but
oh, it's gonna be ear blowing now. But look, did you ever see the movie Pet Sematary?
Many years ago.
All right, there's a scene in there where we get Tasha Yar has a flashback. Denise Crosby has a flashback sequence where she's helping her sister, who's like mildly like deformed and kind of weird.
Mhm.
The actor that played that sister was actually a man in really big, like thick makeup. And that's what I thought of when I saw this. And I know that's horrible to say out loud, but that scene gave me nightmares as a kid.
Here's the problem. Ugly women exist, okay?
Well, yeah.
And this could have just been an ugly woman, but when I saw it, I was thinking, dude. And then I heard the voice. Oh, yeah, it's a guy. It's absolutely a guy. And I get poetry from a dude in a dress, huh? You're
welcome.
All right. Turn it back down. Oh, I'm supposed to have a nice time with my family tomorrow, and you're doing this shit to me?
It'll make you appreciate your family more.
I don't know about that.
You're welcome.
I think I'll just be mad at the world. Anyway.
No,
my pronouns are she, her. Whenever someone refers to me as she or her, joy, happiness, and love.
Okay. Why?
Euphoria, buddy. Euphoria.
The older I get, the more I realize I was supposed to pay way more attention to my pronouns growing up.
No, you weren't. This is all modern day navel gazing bullshit. What a waste of time.
And this is another one of the who's talking to you that's calling you she and her?
Question for the ages, man.
That's not how pronouns work.
Look, reality does not apply to this. I suspect it's when everybody, some asshole comes up and is like, "What's your pronouns?" Shut up.
When you ask somebody what they're doing, you say, "What are you doing?" You don't say, "What is she doing?" Oh God! All right, fuck it. I don't care.
Bubble up in my heart, and a wave of peace and gratefulness washes soothingly down my spine.
You sure that's not jizz on your back?
Have I ever vomited on stream before?
I don't think so.
All right, this might be a first, y'all.
Whenever someone interacts with me like they interact with women, I feel like myself.
What?
All by myself.
When they bang your vagina? I mean, what do you mean by they interact with me like they interact with a woman? The fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. I sat through this whole thing like twice trying to figure it out, and I decided to share it with you because I'm an asshole. So
I feel seen and understood. That may seem a simple thing to you, but that particular...
No. Simple's not the word. Stupid. It seems like a stupid thing to me.
They're both S words. Saber!
Oh, this reminds me. I wanted to watch the new Piers Morgan. They have a trans debate because that guy who got arrested when he landed in Heathrow. Do you know what I'm talking about? Graham.
Oh, yeah, the writer for Father Ted.
Yeah. He got arrested because of some tweets, the worst of which said, we got to get men out of women's spaces. What did he say? Call the police, throw a fit, and if that doesn't work, hit them in the balls. And they're like, that's encouraging violence towards them. Like, he started with the police.
Yeah, he will probably go to jail for all that.
Probably. Did you see him show up to court?
Yeah, he had a sandwich board on like Billboard Chris.
On one side, it says there's no such thing as a transgender child. And on the other side, it said keep men out of women's sports. And it was colored in the trans flag colors, which is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, he'll get in trouble for that too.
Oh, yeah, he's going to jail. He'd probably get a big ass fine too.
Yeah, he did file a lawsuit against the police for the arrest, but
Good.
That's not going to go anywhere in the UK.
No, the UK has been taken over by commies. You're screwed, dude.
Yeah, they work for the caliphate, dude.
Thou shalt not question the narrative.
Yeah, the message is more important.
Even though England is where the Cass report comes out, that's like, yeah, this is all nonsense. We're abusing children, and so they changed how they're doing things. But dear God, still we got to lie to everybody.
Well, did you see that there was a member of parliament, I think it was, or one of the MPs? I don't know how their system is entirely.
That would still be a member of parliament. That's what MP stands for.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I'm fucking tired. I don't know what I'm doing. But they came out and said that some of the police were actually involved in the raping of the children.
I'm not shocked by that at all.
I'm not either.
Didn't the UK decide that legally trans women are men? Yes. But this is because of violent speech, because he said kick them in the balls. And you're encouraging violence against them. Speaking of violence against people, did you see Hassan doxed a whole shit ton of people, including Hunter Avalon?
Yeah. Fugi mentioned it to me. I think it was Fugi.
Oh, we can talk about that later. Anyway, back to our. Oh God.
Their feeling was something I had never experienced before, insisting and making it clear that my pronouns are she, her. Now, why, you may ask, does she keep spelling she all weird, like with an I and a D? Well, my dear friend, in Old Irish,
I hate this world.
I don't have kids, so none of this is my fault. This is everybody else's fault.
This clearly American or Canadian. They haven't said out or about yet, so I'm not sure which.
Luke
is now going to tell us that they're spelling it weird because of Gaelic.
Yeah.
And they don't even know that word. They said Old Irish.
Well, look, learning things is difficult for some of these people. I find it best not to poke too many holes because they're not going to understand you either way.
All right.
the word she, pronounced she, refers to fairies, elves, and other nature spirits.
You're a fairy, all right. I'm not sure I'm allowed to call you that, though.
Look, they may be one of the Fae folk. I don't know. Do they live in a dirt mound? Because there's some logic there.
I'm not wrong that I'm just repeating that they called themselves a fairy, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh my God, I got to tell you, forget this freak for a second. I got to tell you a proud papa moment the other day. Did I tell you this? Did I tell you the proud papa moment I had with my daughter over the cheese?
Yes.
Oh,
the
okay.
audience didn't hear it.
Oh, did I tell you offline? Okay.
Yeah.
So the other day after our cheese stuffed crust discussion, my daughter confronted me about it and agrees with the audience that I'm at least a little bit wrong in my take on that. Not because I don't like cheesy crust, but we're having a discussion about it, and my wife's like, I think it's real cheese, and my daughter goes, wait, no, I don't even care about that part. I'm willing to believe that it's fake. But you have a tier for these where some of them are okay and some aren't. And it just reminded me of how many times like you've had a critique of something. I'm like, wait, before we even get there, let's talk about this part first. And it was just like, oh my God. And I realized something in that I used to say my youngest son, personality-wise, was the most like me. But if you ask me today, my daughter is the one who's most like me. She is scarily close to her dad.
But she doesn't have a beard.
She doesn't, no. But she is funny, and she has started taking on some of my mannerisms, and I fucking love it. Proud papa.
You know, she's sitting there like, oh my God, I'm turning into dad.
She knows.
Yeah, we've all had to come to terms with that at some point, that we have traits of our parents, and sometimes it's like, oh my god.
Look, there's worse things than catching people in logical fallacies.
True.
Although I still maintain it's not, because I still say canned cheese is real cheese and the stuff in stuffed crust pizza is not.
Well, you
Therefore-
got half right.
Therefore, there is no logical fallacy there.
Well, they're both
but-
stuffed in something, so
Fair enough. Anyway, back to this fucking weirdo.
hold on one second. Since you're stalling for time, thank you, Dark Resurrect, for that feminist donation. If he is found guilty, he will also be prohibited from using Twitter under penalty of more jail time.
Yes.
Yeah, the UK has some really messed up rules because they're trying to shut everybody up that's opposing what they're doing. I think that's just driving more and more people away from them and into because now it's like prohibition. Now it's interesting. It's secret, so that more and more people are going to be looking at social media.
Where do you get your stuffed pizza from? I've had stuffed crust pizza from, I think, everybody who makes it, including DiGiorno stuffed crust that you make yourself. It's not delivery. And it's all fucking gross. Anyway, back to our weirdo here. I don't want to hit play.
I know you don't.
More specifically, she is the word for the mounds or hills through which these sorts of spirits cross between the material plane and the other world.
Did you watch Bering's latest video?
No, I haven't had a chance yet.
He and Sugar Tits go over all of the people who thought Trump died. And he did it in a great way, because instead of doing it, the normal people who are like, yeah, Trump's dead, I heard, haha. He did all the witches and Zodiac folk.
Oh my god, that's awesome! I just
Yeah.
saw the topic of it, and I didn't actually see what he said. I didn't watch the video. I just saw the premise.
Yeah, and it's awesome, because as bad as the other people are, to watch these lunatics who apparently their spirit guides and shit lie to them constantly. It was great. Anyway, back to this idiot.
They dwell. So, the entities that traverse these earthen gateways have become known by the gateway's name themselves, she. Of course, I am human like you, born from out my mother's womb. But I say to you with the utmost sincerity that discovering my womanhood, discovering my true self, came by way of a wondrous journey of practicing the arts of my pagan ancestor.
I think it comes from whoever it was touched you inappropriately as a child, if we're going to be honest.
Right? Like, I have a feeling this is the coin reverse of Styx Hexenhammer.
Yeah.
Does that mean out loud? Like, I am a trans-dimensional being. I'm like a prancing elf. No, you're not. You're just a weirdo. Even the spirit folk want nothing to do with you. The good folk want nothing to do with you, sir.
Why is it always ugly old men?
I don't know. Look, I understand you're into some like weird new age quasi occult shit, and you think you're a woman, but dude, you went too far down the rabbit hole. This is like some of those anime people. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
your regular anime viewer, but the ones that are a little too into it. Yeah.
Peter said, so you went crazy from dabbling in the occult?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? I'm going to try my hand at poetry, Jack. I'm not a poet, but I'm good with the words. And I think I have a poem for this guy.
Oh, yeah? Is it a slam poem?
Roses are red. Violets are blue. I'm a dude, and so are you.
Witchcraft and fairy magic. So,
You even spelled fairy like a fairy, you fucking lunatic.
Well,
I like
I thought about taking a screenshot of him saying fairy magic and having his hand up like that. it just using that whenever somebody says something fucking stupid. Like we're watching a Hassan video and suddenly that appears.
Well, she, because it indicates that my gender expression, healing journey, and a desire for love and understanding comes from the magic of the fairies, the magic of Mother Earth. If you want to know more about my practice, the best way to start is with my band Fairy Folk's upcoming debut album.
Oh fuck! They have a mixtape.
Guess what you're getting for Christmas?
They look like a skinny Sasquatch. Oh
Yeah.
fuck!
I do like the instrumental music from the piano because it really kind of like ties it together as like a toilet paper commercial or an
Right.
infomercial. Plus, he's popping a squat right there, so I think he's pooping.
For the record, Albatross, the rule is you're not allowed to be funnier than we are. Anyway,
I did drop the link in chat for anybody that wants to go purchase this album or whatever. But I found the most disturbing part to me was when I was like, "Oh my god, they're sitting at blowjob height." That's haunting.
It did remind me of the Bearing video again, because in the Bearing video, one of the chicks who got shit wrong is hawking the stuff. The I can't remember. I think it was crystals that got shit wrong. She's like, you can still buy my crystals.
Huh.
The ones that didn't work for you, I'll get right on that. Dark Resurrect, thank you for that feminist $12. Funnily enough, Celtic Fae often stole children. They left changelings in their place. So tracks. Indeed.
Right?
I just don't get it. I really don't. And maybe it's that I just don't care enough about. Look, I'm an attention whore, Jack.
Yeah.
But I get my attention by being funny or helpful or not a blight on society.
Right? And when did pagans not become cool? Like they used to be cool and mysterious and like kind of badass. Occultists, same thing. You picture some dude in a basement with like a chalk pentagram on the floor and doing like some alchemy experiments, or some bunch of dudes out in the woods with war paint on, dancing and sacrificing people. And instead, now it's all pussified. Well, I mean, what the fuck was that shit? That scares me more than a bunch of dudes in tribal outfits dancing in the woods. Like, I'd run to them for safety if I saw this person.
Oh, my pause game. We're going to talk about this in just a second, but look at that pause game. I just happened to pause it at this spot. Doesn't it look like this guy's in the middle of something intense?
Like a poop?
Yeah, like a poop. He's a YouTuber, and I forget his name. I always feel
fart and isn't sure if it's a poop.
No, he talks with his hands. Legendary Drops, that's his name.
Dude, it was Legendary Drops, and I was just saying you look like you're pooping.
And that's the screenshot. Yeah.
I took a legendary drop, guys. It was this big.
He titled this "The Games Industry Finally Admitting That They're the Problem," and that immediately got my attention. You know, I'm a video gamer.
Indeed.
And what he's talking about is that video game companies have started to realize that maybe building your games for the best possible hardware probably makes your game unplayable for most gamers, because most gamers don't have top of the line systems. Most gamers are not running 4090s, which may not mean anything to you. It's one of the top of the line video cards, Jack. Most are mid range, and a lot are even low range players. But these video game companies, and I did not know this, but it's described in an article that he reads on how they make their games. And so what they do is they make the game on bleeding edge hardware. And then they try to backtrack and make it playable on lower end hardware.
That seems kind of antithetical to a productive way of doing that.
Seems ass backwards, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
And oddly enough, that tends to cause problems and all kinds of issues when launch comes and people can't play the fucking game because it's broken.
What?
If I ran a gaming studio, there would not be a high-end computer in the building. I would have nothing but mid-range, and that's what you get to program the game on.
All Windows 95.
Well, probably not 95, but yeah, that's the point. Because you want as many people as possible playing it.
Well, yeah, I would think so. Temple OS all around.
It makes me laugh that the video game industry is just coming to this conclusion, because this has been a problem in the industry pretty much since Unreal 5 came out. Everybody's making their games for Unreal 5, and a lot of the stuff in Unreal 5 is unnecessary.
They seem like they're slow learners, though.
They really are. And I watched Razorfist video the other day because once again, the industry's crashing, you guys. They've had a lot of layoffs, and what nobody ever talks about when they talk about the layoffs is that they way overhired during the pandemic. Video games took off under the pandemic because nobody could leave their fucking house.
Yeah, there was nothing to do.
And these dumbass video game companies were like, this'll never change.
You know, a lot of people seem to have had that mentality.
Yeah. And so they have this will never change mentality, and then things did change and they went back to normal, and they've ended up, I mean, tens of thousands of people have been fired throughout the game industry over the last 3 years, Jack. I think the number's like 36,000 have been fired.
Wow.
Studios shutting down, games getting canceled. And it's because the people who are running these things are fucking morons. You can make a good playable game as a single developer. We've talked about this many, many times. But these guys hire hundreds of people to make a game. And it's not like the game is that much better. Almost all of it is in art direction nonsense. The games aren't more playable. They're not more fun. The stories aren't better. They're not going out to buy. Whoops, we don't buy people to hire the best writers. They're just like, make it pretty. And I've had this argument in video games since I've been on the internet, because there's a certain subsect of gamers who are fucking retarded and are like, it needs to be the prettiest thing ever. Some of the most fun games, the most played games, are really simple graphics.
Well, look at the old Final Fantasy stuff. People still play those.
Yeah. There's a whole market of people buying retro-looking games made today.
Yeah, well, Stardew Valley was pretty popular.
Undertale, they're getting ready to release the new Undertale, and it has or they just did, I can't remember which. This is one of the most rudimentary looking games ever, and it's hugely popular.
Well, look at Minecraft.
Look at Minesweeper, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, true.
And they're like, no, we need to be able to see the pores on her skin. Nobody gives a shit about that. Look, if you can make it look realistic, great. But I don't need that. I don't need it any more pretty than things are right now. But I mean, they're coming out with things now, Jack, like being able to highlight individual hairs on somebody's head. Do you know how much
excessive
fucking processing power that takes? That's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. But these idiots are like, but it looks cool.
Well, sure, it looks. Lots of things look cool. It doesn't mean you need it every time.
Yeah, exactly. And unlike a movie where you can, do something like that and have an engine like that that'll render that for you, and then you film it and you show it to everybody, my computer is vastly different than yours, Jack.
I would hope yours is a lot better. Yes.
You and I can probably watch the same videos without any real noticeable difference, but playing games is going to be entirely different.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Currently enjoying Railroad Tycoon 3 from 2003. Railroad Tycoon 3 is one of my favorite games. I love how in that one, and no railroad game has really done this since, but you can force towns to pop up in that game by putting down a railroad station, and people eventually move in. And I wish more games would do that.
Do you know how I know my computer's old?
Because you remember when you bought it.
Well, there's that, but it's gray.
Fair. Mine's black.
See, it's still young.
But anyway, I found this one very interesting, especially that the video game companies are finally like, maybe there's a problem here.
Hey.
Maybe we should stop doing this really stupid fucking thing.
I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that even with all the bureaucracy and all that, all the stupidity, that it took them this long to come to that conclusion.
I hear you, but they did. 2020 messed up so much. It really did. And this is one of the things it did, is that it gave these companies a false sense of, because people would buy anything.
Yeah.
And now people are actually like, I don't know if I can swing that and if it'll even be worth it.
Well, money's a lot tighter than it was then.
Yeah. Dark Resurrect, thank you again for another feminist $12. I'll take a stylized, optimized, finished game over realistic graphics. 100%, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, look at RimWorld. The people don't even have legs on RimWorld. They don't. They have rounded bottoms, and they just move across the screen. There's no legs. But hey, we need hyper realism. I really don't. Now, I play a game like, say, Red Dead. Red Dead is a beautiful game. Would it be less fun if it was uglier? No. But there were also no performance issues from how pretty it was. Once it impacts your performance, then you got to scale back. Anyway, does that mean that Sweet Baby Inc. will go out of business? Unfortunately, no, because they're not reliant on being profitable. Circus Zero, thank you. On break, so back to the beginning. You can skip the beginning if you don't like football stuff or care about my opinion on how YouTube handled it.
Yeah. Thank you, Circus Zero. Says, hey, Jack. Hi, Cirque. How you doing?
But no, companies like Sweet Baby Inc., I said they don't care about profit. They don't care about the profit of the games that they're involved with because, well, one, they're not running those game studios. It's very much like what what's her name? Anita Sarkeesian did, where she just come in and went, your game sucks. You need smaller titties and bigger dicks on the women.
And you gotta see Batman's butt.
Yeah, they're not brought in because they're supposed to make the game more profitable. They are brought in to be able to be like, we virtue signal. This is look how virtuous we are. We had these women who told us to do these things because we care. And the companies, the companies keep giving them money, and maybe we'll get to the point where they're like, this isn't really profitable for us. It's not helping us. But right now, the people who are making these games, I've been playing 2 Point Museum, and I played Hospital, and I played 2 Point Campus, and I love them. And they just had an update come out, and YouTube decided I needed to watch the video on that. And I'm like, oh, I'll check it out. And then I went to their page here on YouTube, and I was watching their videos, and they have live streams. Live streams with the devs and stuff. Cool. And so I turned one on, and the guy comes up and introduces himself, and a little thing pops up on the screen with his name, and then in parentheses it says he, him. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Ew.
And then they introduced a lady, and they put her name on the screen, and it said she, her.
It's also tiresome, isn't it?
And as long as people like that are running the game industry, even if they make great games, then people like Sweet Baby Inc. will be making money. This is Kyle. Thank you so much for that, feminist $12. Hollow Knight Silksong is an indie game that just came out, and it's a 2D platformer like Metroid. It's made by 3 guys, and they're selling it for $20. They sold over 500,000 copies on Steam alone. Yeah, they crashed Steam when that game went live.
Wow.
So many people bought it, it broke Steam for a little while. I've never played Hollow Knight. I've given away many copies of it back when me and Satsu did our game streams, and I would get codes for it. But I'm not a platformer. But yeah, a 2D platformer broke Steam.
That's actually pretty impressive.
Isn't it? I mean, goddamn. Damn. Anyhow, I'm just going to call her fucking moron. Yeah, I was so annoyed when I saw that. Like, I don't need to know your fucking pronouns.
I still don't get the obsession with pronouns.
There were 2 dudes and a girl on the stream. If somebody said he's really or she's really funny, I know nobody'd say that. She's really funny in the chat, you guys would be confused about which one they were talking about. There was only one woman there.
Maybe one of the guys identifies as a she, her, you bigot.
No, none of them did, because they put the other guy. He's the only one I remember his name, and it's just because it was a really short name. It's Luke.
Well,
he was also
he
was also a he him. They put it on the screen for us. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't matter the game company, because it all starts with HR departments, guys. It really does. And as long as HR departments exist, then people who make money grifting off of nonsense like pronouns are going to have a job. Although we are seeing a move away from it a little bit as the lawsuits have started happening over their bullshit DEI, racism, and sexism. So that's a good thing. Was it Luke Steve? No, I don't remember. I don't know if they even said his last name. All right, where are we? No, don't care about that. Oh, I hate to do this to you, but you gave me that weird thing, so I'm going to give you a couple of weird things back.
That's fair.
On your screen is Rosie O'Donnell and her twin, Jim Acosta.
I saw this.
Look how much they look alike.
It's haunting. And remember, like Ben Shapiro said, find yourself somebody that loves you like Jim Acosta loves Jim Acosta. He's even having his body doubles on the screen.
If he loved himself, he would not let himself look like Rosie O'Donnell.
One would think so, but here we are.
So anyway, they have a conspiracy theory, y'all.
One who called for an insurrection.
Yeah.
And then did not.
Donald Trump did not call for an insurrection. You're a lying bitch. And you have herpes on your lip, you dirty bitch.
Not call the National Guard to come help people.
Yes, he did.
And people died and got hurt. That is on him.
Do we really want to talk about the people? She's talking about January 6th right now. Do we really want to talk about the people who died? Probably not.
Probably not.
And his assassination attempt, a man died during that assassination attempt.
Yeah.
A man died.
Yeah.
And it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Not for a lack of trying on the part of the shooter.
Yeah, the guy who died was standing behind Trump in a straight line from the shooter to Trump to the shot. You fucking bitch. But she's not done. She's not done. Wait for it, guys.
And his ear miraculously healed. Ladies and gentlemen, will anyone in the news ever say that without couching it? Yeah. His ear miraculously regenerated.
We all knew at the time his ear wasn't blown off. I mean, did she think that like the whole ear was gone? Like
I don't know. Apparently, in Rosie O'Donnell's world, when you get a cut, it never heals.
Yeah.
It grazed his ear. It bled all over. We saw it. The ear does bleed quite a lot, Jack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Any head wound will bleed quite a bit. Anybody that was in Boy Scouts and ever watched one of their friends run into a cement culvert
Yeah.
knows how much a head injury bleeds. That may have happened a few times in our troop, but it was messy every time.
We could see Trump's ear when he gets up and raises his fist and says, "Fight, fight, fight." You can see it nicked his ear.
Yeah, it was probably shrapnel, to be honest. Because bullets tend to come apart.
Yeah.
But even if it just grazed his ear, I'm telling you, that was divine providence right there, that man is even still alive. Because if he hadn't turned when he did, he would be dead. His head would have been blown off. And these assholes would have been celebrating for years.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The miracle was in him turning his head and only taking a graze to the ear, not in the ear healing.
Yeah. Ears don't regenerate. I mean, maybe Donald Trump's a reptilian, but I doubt it. I've seen no evidence to support that.
It miraculously regenerated. You mean the skin grew back?
My theory might be correct, though, that Donald Trump is a Time Lord.
People, what else do you need?
Mansion and a yacht. That was not what that question was about.
I just love that she thinks that there's some kind of conspiracy about him getting shot when she admits a guy died there. This has been my thing with the conspiracy about Donald Trump. A man was killed. He was murdered that day by the shooter. Was it just one? Yes. Another person got shot, if I remember correctly, but only the one guy died.
Oh, okay.
You have to believe that either Donald Trump was in on killing one of his supporters and had a fake blood packet ready to slam on his ear when he went to the ground. There's no other thing. You that's what you have to believe. Because a man died.
Yeah, there are people out there that have said that guy didn't actually die, that it was a fake, but that is completely fucking bonkers.
It regenerated. What else do you need?
His ear grew back through the power of a suggestion. The fuck you talking about? You kook? Crazy old lady?
It's just amazing to me that people like that get an audience at all. Who is this chick? Oh, yeah. Jag, this one's for you. I know how much you love illegals and those who support them.
Oh, Christ.
Hey, Chicago, many of you saw that I got arrested blocking a van outside of the ICE processing facility in Broadview, Illinois, a Chicago suburb located at 1930 Beach Street in Broadview, Illinois this past week. This morning, we had a follow-up action where a number of protesters blocked entrance into the ICE facility. There were so many people that ICE turned around and the police refused to arrest those protesters.
Well, somebody was singing Bonnie Taylor and they heard "turn around" every now and then, and so ICE had to turn around.
The police not doing their job is only going to lead to Trump moving federal troops in here, which, since this is a federal facility, is perfectly fine.
Did you see us talk about sending troops to Portland?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Seattle, you're next.
And before anybody tells me about how un-American that is, I need you to go read up on both George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
I believe his name is pronounced Abraham Lincoln.
That is half of the folks we enshrined at Mount Rushmore. Go look at what they thought about federal troops being in cities.
Oh, it's not even the first time, that we've done it since then. After World War One, I think it was during World War II, they sent MacArthur with a bunch of tanks onto the National Mall to disperse a bunch of World War One troops that were supposed to get a bonus of some kind that was promised to them. Forget the exact nature of their complaint, but there were several people killed there.
Well, I'm just going back to the beginning and two of the most popular presidents ever.
True.
Look it up, fellas. Evolved Potato, thank you. I would just like to remind everyone that Destiny literally shouted in celebration when he learned the man was in a swing state, so it was one less voter for Trump. And Destiny is an evil person. Fair enough.
I think Destiny's a very misguided, possibly sociopathic individual who borders on evil. Yeah,
I think he has a broken morality system, and he's one of the people who, no matter how smart he is, all he cares about is winning, and he still thinks being an edgelord is winning.
Yeah. He's very, very arrogant, and that is tends to be very close-minded.
He knows how to get people to talk about him.
Yeah, and that's not always good considering the troubles he's in now.
Keldrick, thank you. Donald Trump is capable of incredible sorcery. He clearly has made a dark pact with a demon. How else could he heal such a small and, what does that say? Insignificant wound? Well, yeah, clearly.
It's impossible. I mean,
clearly Mowak was involved.
Yeah, you need at least a heal spell. So, I mean, a dark wizardry must be afoot. Either that or he's a Time Lord. I'm sticking with my theory.
This action was scheduled to end at 9 a.m. this morning. It is Friday, September 5th. But now that we know that works, now that we know that ICE is running scared, they do not want you here. They are located here because it is inconvenient for people from the Chicagoland area to get out here. And because the village of Broadview has 7,900 people, vast majority of them are non-white. ICE is hiding out in this community. They've run out of Chicago. They're running scared here too.
I don't think ICE is running scared anywhere right now.
ICE's choices there was to run you over or go away and be like, hey, Donald, the police won't do their job here. And they went with the second. Now,
yeah, that probably should have gone with the first.
As much as it would have been humorous to me for them to run you over, I already know what's going to happen here, Jack. Trump will move federal troops in there to keep the way open for ICE, and then she'll be doing a thing. I can't believe that they brought in the feds. The feds should not be in here at this federal facility.
Yeah, pretty much. They cause a problem and then whine about the consequences of that problem. It's the lack of like even minor critical thinking and cause and effect. The fucking cat running around high on catnip right now understands cause and effect. But this clown can't. Make that make sense, dude, because it doesn't.
And they didn't move the ICE facility here because they were scared of Chicago. It's because Chicago's a major city that's rather full. And it's much easier to set up shop just outside.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What you think they're going to set up an ICE facility on Michigan Avenue? There's no space for one, you fucking lunatic.
Yeah, not to mention the cost overruns that would be done. This people have no thought process. They just say shit. They don't think about anything they're saying. Probably because they have no concept of how the world works. But real fast, thank you, Dark Resurrect, for that feminist donation. Trump has already requested the DOD and DHS to prepare military assistance in Chicago. Oh, yeah. I'm sure the marshals are on their way out there now.
All right, she's got a little more to say.
We are going to be here past night. It's now 10 a.m. We are going to be here as long as we can be, because now that we know that this works, what's going to stop us? So come on down. Come with.
What's going to stop you? Federal troops, sweetheart.
Yeah, truncheons and tear gas. That's what's going to stop you, you dumb bitch. Maybe a riot shield to the face and some zip ties. I don't know what her kink is specifically, but they seem to have a getting beat up fetish.
I'm going to enjoy her follow-up videos where she's whining about, being arrested.
She's got like a black eye. It looks like somebody told her to do the dishes and she didn't listen.
I don't know if we can show this one. Yeah, I don't think I can. Michelle, thank you so much. It's fun watching AJW debate Destiny on anything, actual justice warrior. Yeah. Look, again, Destiny can be smart. He can be. He just prefers to get attention by acting like a child.
Yeah, a petulant child with an insatiable lust.
Oh, bro. So we talked about Ethan when they went and dug up Ethan Klein's old YouTube and Instagram or whatever the fuck it was, his old Twitter and shit.
Yeah.
It was Reddit. That's what it was. And his name was Pedo Troll. And iDubbbz made a shitty comment about it, about him being edgy and doing it as a pedophile and trying to talk down to it. Well, it's come out that iDubbbz was liking Shademan's, is that his name, Shademan? His artwork. His artwork is the stuff that got Mr. Beast's little pedo friend kicked out of Mr. Beast stuff.
Oh.
He's the guy who drew Keemstar's underage daughter getting assaulted. We'll leave it at that.
Jesus Christ.
I told you guys that Ian should sit that one out, that iDubbbz should sit it out because, and I didn't even know this shit at the time. I was just going by the other shit that he said and did. But he was out there liking pedo artwork.
Well, look, iDubbbz is a really fucking stupid individual. He's got pussy brain. Whatever that is in that chick's vaginal juices has him dumber than he ever possibly was before.
Yeah. Shadman, that's how it is. Shadman, SHAD man. And he's a little pedophile freak, and luckily he's gone now. Barry Weiss is about to make a shit ton of money.
Oh, yeah?
Barry Weiss runs a site called Free Press, and she's run it for a while now, and CBS is in talks to buy it. And at least last I saw a few hours ago, they're looking at buying Free Press for $200 million.
Wow.
And moving Barry Weiss into some kind of editorial role at CBS News.
Cool.
Yes and no, because Barry Weiss, I agree with her on some stuff, but she is another one of those people who cannot get feminism out of her head.
Yeah, well, that's most women. Let's be honest. They've had it drilled in their heads for so long.
But the reason I bring this up is actually the quartering, because he tweeted out, I've never heard or read Free Press in my life, and it's worth nearly $250 million. Yeah, fucker, it's actually a pretty big site.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I think we've used Free Press on here before.
Many times. How do you run a channel that covers the news like you do and not know of the Free Press?
Because he half-asses his job.
Fuck, bro. And somebody asked me last night, Jack, about what was going on, if I'd seen what's going on with the quartering. And I really haven't. I still haven't had time to look into what you were telling me about.
Yeah.
But from what I understand of it, it's like he's trying to take his brand and just run it into the ground by begging.
It really
for money.
looks that way, whether he wants to do it or not. That seems to be what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, we will look into that more, and maybe we'll talk about it more on the show in the future. It just struck me funny that that he'd never heard of a major. I wouldn't even call it right wing, because again, it still goes hardcore feminist.
Yeah.
But yeah, Barry Weiss, I like some of what she does. Some of it is way too left for me. Isn't she the one who called Tulsi a stooge for Russia when she was on Rogan? And Rogan challenged her on it just by making her actually explain why she thinks that? Yes. Yes. Because like all people in our media, even the ones who seem conservative, they only seem conservative because of how left our media is.
Well, wasn't Barry Weiss on the left originally?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Thank you, Sephirus. Oh, that's a feminist $12. Thank you. The halftime show pissed me off. Okay, but I can't talk about the halftime show because I didn't watch it. I went upstairs and made myself a plate of snacks, which consisted of pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, and grape tomatoes. I basically make a little pizza in my mouth.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's really good. But anyway, the halftime show pissed me off. We can't get a rock band on stage, but we can get Tyler Scott on stage. Just mute half this performance and Carol G in Principal Bikini, damn double standard, or sorry, in Pineapple Bikini, damn double standards. I didn't watch it. I don't understand having a halftime show for the first game of the season. That's some shit that should take place during a car commercial. And then we get back to the game. But yeah, I didn't watch it. My daughter did, and she was not impressed with it. So I probably won't go look it up. I don't even know who the fuck Carol G is. I'm guessing it's a woman. That's as much as I know. But yeah, I haven't liked most of the halftime shows they do at Super Bowls. I can't imagine how bad it would be on a regular season opening day game. Anyhow, do I have anything else? I don't know if I do. Oh, right after the stream last night, I yawned and pulled a muscle in my neck.
Oh, I've done that. Did you ever pull that one right under your chin that goes down your neck?
No.
Oh, that hurts like a bitch because like your mouth will be hanging open and you'll pull it and then you can't close your mouth again because it's all tight. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Let me tell you. So how did you do that? Did you turn your head or something?
No, it was just a normal yawn and pulled the main muscle on the right side and the back of your neck.
Huh.
Yeah. I'd been talking on the show right before I ended it about how I need to get in better shape. And then I closed off the show, yawned, and hurt myself. I'm a manly man, y'all.
Irony abounds in the monkey household.
On the other hand, guys, I told you I'm going to be getting in better shape, especially my upper body, because my lower body's actually getting there, Jack.
Oh, good.
Went walking around the store today. No residual pain from it. I'm getting stronger. My upper body is pathetic. I bought some 10-pound weights and have already used them.
Good.
And my arms don't like me for it.
Yeah, I imagine not.
Okay, this one, I'm sorry for those of you who don't have Twitter. I don't want to spoil any part of it, and it's not something I can show on the screen. So I'm going to throw it into chat for you guys to go watch. It's a wonderful analogy. I'll just leave it at that. There you go. And that is all I brought for today. What you got, Jack? Anything?
I saw where the Maryland man is getting moved. He is no longer going to Uganda. His lawyer complained about 20-some countries that were on the table, but apparently they never heard of one particular country. So they didn't put that on the list. So that's where he's going. So he's going to Eswatini in Africa because they did object to that.
I don't understand why we gave a shit about their objections at all.
I don't know, but it's hilarious because this country is so fucking small. It's like Luxembourg small. It's smaller than Rhode Island.
Look, the reason he couldn't go back to El Salvador is because of the rival gangs. I'm assuming he hasn't had time to make rivals in Uganda.
No, but he just didn't want to go there.
I understand that, but I don't give a shit. He doesn't belong in my country.
I completely agree. So they're sending him this micronation. It looks like it borders South Africa. It's down in that region on the upper right of South Africa. So there's a bunch of really dirt poor countries around him, and he's going to have a hell of a time getting out of there. So there you go, Maryland man update.
Okay, before we move along, I did put a kitty on the screen, and there's two reasons for it. One, she looks a lot like Miss Phoebe. She doesn't have the white of Miss Phoebe, but the same facial structure and the gray, and that makes me awe. Look in the kitty cat's paws, Jack.
Is that what is that?
That's a kitten.
Oh,
she's cuddling one of her kittens.
Oh, that's adorable.
Cute. Oh my gosh. And so I will move Justin Herbert for a kitty cat hugging one of her kittens. That's pretty.
That country has an HIV outbreak.
Good.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Look, I don't like that we can't send him back to El Salvador because that's where he belongs.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as soon as they're like, you can't send him there, and the reason being is the rival gangs. That's why they say it'd be too dangerous for him to go back. The rest of the world has not got rival gangs in it for him, and there should be nowhere we can't send him. And any kind of bullshit where like, he doesn't like that. Fuck him. I don't give a shit what he likes. He's a wife beating gangbanger. Fuck that guy. I don't understand why we give him any deference. Fuck him. I'm with you. I think it's funny that he's going to a tiny landlocked country.
Yeah, a country the majority of the population of Earth has never heard of. But it's pretty. It's a real pretty region. I looked up some pictures of the place. It's very beautiful down there.
Well, I'm sure it is.
Except for all the AIDS.
Except for the AIDS, the disease-ridden mosquito, Ebola that comes around once in a while.
A little malaria and Ebola.
You could not pay me to go to Africa, dude.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I'd go either. I'm sure there's some perfectly nice, safe places in Africa.
It's like Australia without the civilization, man.
Yeah.
But Monkey, where's your humanity for illegal wife beaters? I have none. None. It's Swaziland. They renamed it. Is that what it is? I know where Swaziland is. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They need to stop renaming countries. We talked about Czechoslovakia yesterday, and I need them to just stop that shit.
You mean the Czech Republic?
There's the Czech Republic and Slovakia. They split it in half, and just each of them took a part of the name.
Well, Yugoslavia was a country, and now it's not. So, yeah, I can't keep up with this shit. Just leave it alone. Stop updating stuff. It's bad enough Ukraine's going to be called Russia 2 soon.
Yeah, it came up because we went over the Lauren Chen stuff. Because, Jack, when you and I went over it, we went over her Give, Send, Go statement. And last night I read her full statement, which doesn't explain anything. And a couple of people told me that it explains stuff. So I went over and I'm like, it literally explains nothing. The closest it comes to explaining anything is she says that the stuff in the indictment took her out of context or was false, but she doesn't give a single example of it.
Why would she want to do that?
So I also went through the indictment again, and I have so many questions. And until I get answers for it, I'm still going to look at her side-eyed because she was willingly working with Russians. She knew they were Russians. And she went to great lengths not to tell anybody else that they were working with Russians now. Just saying.
Still.
Anyway, Jack, anything else you got?
I had one other thing, but I don't know if you'll want to watch it. I had a little video for you.
Let's see.
Oh, real quick. Thank you, Dragon Mage.
No.
Thank you, Dragon Mage. I don't like a lot of people who claim to have left the left because oftentimes they have the same thinking pattern as leftists. They just apply it to something else. Yes. We saw that with Candace Owens.
I will throw this into chat for people, but no.
See, you cheated and looked ahead.
Yes. No. If you guys want to watch it, it's there. I get why you want it seen. But
You're welcome, everybody. I have
hell's wrong with
nightmares
people?
like that.
yeah, me too. And I'm gonna have some tonight because of that.
No, you'll be thinking about the prancing elf lady.
I'm sorry, I was reading something else on my screen. We still have 15 minutes.
Well, there's lots of things we could talk about.
I don't. Let's let the audience decide, guys. What should we talk about? Give us a topic. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
I don't know. I'm not a slop tuber.
Ask the audience what. I so want to become a slop tuber.
Oh, it looks so easy. What do you guys want to talk about today?
All I got to do is
I can't be bothered to do my job.
All I got to do is find a couple of videos on Twitter making fun of Hassan, show him on my thing, and talk for half an hour. I can do that.
Isn't that kind of what we do now?
Kind of, but no, we Pegasus, who I love, and I've seen most of his videos in the Hassan series and many of his ones that aren't. I've had trouble watching him lately because it's like you're just droning on, bro. I could do that. I could be famous if I was just more pissy towards Hassan.
Right? It's kind of quartering shtick. I've seen enough of his lives. He just sort of rambles for a while and then asks the audience what they want to talk about and then rambles slowly on for a little while longer about something else. And then that's like 2 hours of show. Is that a thing? I don't.
Ozlek asked, when are you getting a VTuber model? I won't be. There was a time when I wanted to animate my monkey and I talked to like Waz Lee about it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I loved Waz Lee's little animated orange or whatever the fuck it was. But it's much more involved than I want to get. And when it comes to the VTuber thing, I find most of them to be highly annoying. I know people like them, but it's just not for me. Mayweather Tyson fight. What? Tyson, after the Jake Paul thing, should not get back in the ring again. We be covering September 13th. What's September 13th?
2 days after September 11th.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on that day. I know that what was the September 17th? I think it is. There's supposed to be blackout day where black people are supposed to do nothing. You know, so we all understand what black people do for us.
Oh dear God, that's a terrible idea.
Like let me get this right. To make me understand how much I need black people, you're going to embrace one of the worst stereotypes about black people?
Right? Are they telling people to stay home and sit on their porch too? I mean, what the fuck are you people thinking? I mean, the organizers, not black people, because most black people are going to ignore this dumb shit.
Yeah, because it's nonsense, and they have to pay their bills still, and they can't do stupid social justice shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the flag protest in London. Probably not. I mean, if something happens, we might talk about it, but
they're going to arrest a bunch of people because they had flags. It's going to be stupid.
I think it's great that people in Europe are starting to embrace their flags. I really do. And getting some national fucking pride. I don't think it'll take. I think that your media is too controlled and that any
Corrupt.
positive message that comes out of it is going to be drowned out by them talking about people like Tommy Robinson and his flirting with some unsavory people in his past.
Yeah.
I have high hopes for you guys. I really do. But it is for your countries, and I mean, like I said, Jack, we'll check in on it. If anything interesting happens, we'll probably talk about it. But it's not something that's like marked on my calendar. I'll probably forget it's happening until I tune into Twitter that day and see everybody talking about it. I saw a video from a white chick who probably should have made a 10-second video, but it was like a minute and a half long. And she just kept repeating herself over and over again. And she's an American talking about how great it is that you guys are embracing your flags and stuff. I was like, who do you think you're helping with this? Michelle, thank you. The commies at Cedars were shitting on Pac-Man. I love watching the left all being pissy at each other, thinking that each other's getting paid by somebody. I just think that all of these little fuckers are like, no, I capitalism harder than you do.
They're all greedy too.
Yeah, they are, because they're commies. Commies
Yeah.
love
Well,
wealth.
Oh yeah, but because they think they'll be the only ones having it, and everybody else will be the low tier comrades.
Yeah, Snooch, it's not that I especially with it being overseas. Like when so many people around the world were like, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, there's 4 black people in your country, and this didn't happen there. Why are you even talking about it? They had protest march in fucking Canada over Black Lives
Even
Matter.
better, they had a Black Lives Matter protest in Japan.
I'm like, what?
I believe that one was pronounced Brack Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. They are all getting paid by someone. Well, they all like to pretend that they are crowdfunded. Me and Jack are crowdfunded.
Yeah, you guys pay us.
We have no corporate sponsors. I would take one. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know, as long as they didn't try to control Russians. I'm telling you, if you're not interested in keeping me from saying anything I want to say, give me money. I'll tell the feds that you're paying me, but give me money. I'll take it. I'm not going to say anything you want me to say. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'll take that deal, Jack.
Yeah.
I have no problem with people getting corporate sponsors and all that kind of shit, but these are all commie shitbags who pretend they're so much better than this and love talking shit about corporations. They love talking shit about dark money, but they love taking it. They're some of the most hypocritical shitbags you will ever meet.
Yep.
And it's funny to me watching them eat each other over this because, one, in the grand scheme, most of them aren't making all that much. $96,000 sounds like a lot to you and me, but to people who are probably making that easily already, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Except that most of them aren't. Most of them are not. You ever tune into a stream from a lefty on YouTube?
Sadly.
You ever tune into a Matt and Blonde stream? And the whole top of the screen, you just see all of the donors, and a new donor keeps popping up here. You watch a lefty stream on YouTube, and they get donations about like we do, and they have like 10 times the audience.
Yeah,
because
it always looks ginned up to me.
Because they're not making the money. They're not as popular as they want you to believe. So they're making their money from places we'll never know because it's through 501c4s, and we don't get to know who those folks are. Which is kind of sus to me, if I'm being honest.
A little bit.
I'm all for keeping that kind of stuff private, but I don't think that they, at some point, especially if we're worried about things, these are people, the 501c4s are specifically allowed to get into political lobbying. And you don't have to tell me who they are. So these people can spend countless amounts of money on anybody for anything. So it literally could be the people that were sponsoring Tenet who are now sponsoring Dave Pacman and these folks. The fact that the $8,000 keeps coming up. Remember from Taylor Lorenz's thing, the payment for these people was $8,000. You know what Lauren Chen was getting paid?
$8,000.
$8,000.
Weird how that happens, isn't it?
Coincidental, ain't it?
It's almost like foreign adversaries are trying to sow chaos in our system.
Yeah. And so I don't need it necessarily known publicly, but shouldn't somebody who's keeping an eye on foreign influence have an eye on this?
No, you would think that, wouldn't you?
But the chances are a lot of that money's coming from the CIA, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people whose parents have money do like commies. That is true. That is true. But you'll notice they don't get the donations like popular right-wingers do. I mean, we read our chats as they come in.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand the people who don't, because the ones who don't, who are like, okay, we'll read these chats later, and they put it into a block. Like Medicare, he does his all at the end of his stream.
Yeah.
If he did it during his stream, he would never get to talk about what he wanted to talk about. It would be
it'd take too long.
Yeah, it'd be nonstop answering the things. And you never really see that on lefties here on YouTube. They never get just inundated with donations.
It's really rare.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's a big topic going on, it seems like it's not that profitable for them.
Mm-mm.
Much like Air America.
The profit is coming from somewhere else, which, by the way, turns out the reason that Hassan doxed all those people. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hassan on his stream, he absolutely should be permanently kicked off Twitch. I don't know how Dan Clancy is going to excuse this one.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, usually they give some kind of stupid excuse, though, like, oh, it's Hassan. But he pulls up a thread from Twitter that has the docs for a whole bunch of lefties who supposedly got money from what was Chorus, this leftist organization, and it had all of their personal information on it. And he blasted that out. And according to Twitch's rules, even if you accidentally dox somebody, you're gone.
Unless it's Hassan. He's the favored, spoiled child. That guy never gets real consequences.
He also very may well have broken California law, which is where he lives.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oopsie poopsie. And since it's not just him doxing right-wingers, these were all left-wingers. Like that guy Hutch that we watched the one time he was going over Shoe's video and we went over his.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the people that Hassan doxed.
Yeah, Hunter Avalone.
Hunter
Do you think
Avalone.
Hunter's hiding behind his girlfriend right now?
Probably.
Hunter
did make a tweet about it, like, I was shot at last year.
Okay.
Not because somebody doxed you, it's because you hooked up with a crazy bitch who was with a crazy bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hid behind her.
Yeah.
Like
pussy
a
ass.
bitch.
You pussy ass motherfucker. But that does mean that Hunter Avalone is one of those people who got paid, and that actually annoys me.
Yeah.
I need one of these right-wing groups to reach out and be like, we got money for you. I'm like, cool, I'll take it. I'm going to tell my audience, though.
Yeah.
That way you guys can, check me if you think I've changed my opinion based on the money I was getting. I couldn't do that, though, Jack.
No.
I can't keep my mouth shut when I think something. I wish I could. I wish I could be that guy. I just can't. Oh, well. 13 rounds in a pistol clip still legal in California. You mean in a magazine? I'm going to be that guy.
Oh, you're that guy.
I thought California had the 10 magazine rule.
I don't know. Some places have 7, some have 10. It's hard to keep track.
That was Biden's big thing. 10 round magazines, because having more than one magazine is impossible. It's okay if only 10 people get shot. That is one of my favorite arguments.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's okay. As long as only 10 people get shot, we're cool. But they never think that far ahead.
Why would they want to do that?
I don't know. I think I'm going to wrap up here. I need to get to sleep. Like I said, I got family stuff tomorrow. And
Sleep.
Yeah, we'll be celebrating. Go ahead.
Oh, no, please continue.
So they're going to be celebrating Lady Monkey's birthday. And typically what we do is a dinner or a lunch, but we couldn't figure a time. So we're doing dinner and lunch.
Oh.
So it's an all day thing. So I will be busy all day tomorrow. So no show in the morning, guys. We'll be doing a show probably tomorrow night. It's a clip. It's not a clip. A clip is what goes into a M1. There is such a thing as a clip, but it's not what a magazine. And most clips, if I remember, they hold what, 5 bullets?
Yeah. My dad's stripper clips for his AKS had 5 on them.
Yeah, I think all the ones I've ever seen are 5.
Yeah, but when you got the banana mags, who cared, right?
Right.
You can shoot a tree down with one of those.
It's
fun.
a clip. It's a clipazine. That's what it is. Yes.
Clipazine. So I use the terms interchangeably because there's too many people that don't know that it's called a magazine. So you have to go with the slang they're going to understand, you know?
For the record, when I do that, I'm actually making fun of the gun nerds. It's a magazine.
Yeah, they get really pedantic about that, like angrily. So it's like somebody saying like, well, is it like purple kryptonite? No, you idiot. It's totally red kryptonite.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Stop.
Hey, I've gotten that way when anytime democracy comes up in the U.S. and people, it's a republic. Yeah, but we use a democratic system for most of our stuff. Like, I mean, we use direct democracy for our senators, Congress people, governors.
Yeah.
There is an apt time to point out that it's a republic, but it's not every time the word democracy is said. Fuck.
No, well, you know, the commies don't know the difference anyway because they're fucking dumb. I'm getting asked about the absolute universe. It's fucking stupid.
What's the absolute universe?
So a while ago, DC set up this thing where there's one of the universe got cut off from the multiverse, but there was one other universe they had access to. They called it Earth Zero. And they finally got around to a storyline where Darkseid's missing and they think he went to that universe. And that's the absolute universe. It's basically DC doing the Marvel Ultimates line where everything is fucking over the top, stupid, and poorly thought out. So Superman has an Exo Man of War costume that he talks to like Booster Gold's little drone skeets. Batman's this huge buff construction worker and only one of his parents is dead.
Of course.
Wonder Woman has an anime sword and was raised on another island. They're all the same character. They just mildly changed their origins. It's really fucking lazy.
I'm glad you brought
I was enraged that I paid for that.
I'm glad you brought this up because, or whoever asked the question, because one of the channels that I watch do reviews and stuff, or what's it called? Reactions. That's it.
Comic reviews?
No. That one's actually a really good channel that covers comic books in a short, succinct, well done way.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Thank you.
I mean that sincerely, by the way.
Yeah, because I get bored with a lot of these people that drone on, like Jeremy. You know, like blah blah blah. blah. Shut up and get to the point. You know, nobody got time for that.
This chick that I watched, she's been watching the Superman movies, and she started with the newest Superman movie, and then she watched Man of Steel, and her audience is like, you need to go back and watch the original 78 and 80 movies.
Yeah.
There's no real reason to watch Superman 3 or 4. 3, maybe if you're a Richard Pryor fan.
Yeah, 3 was okay. It was just kind of silly. 4 was dumb.
Don't watch Superman 3. Watch the pitch meeting for Superman 3.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it because there's a lot of nonsensical stuff, but it had a few moments, but it just wasn't worth it.
But watching this, it was amazing to see her reaction because she's not. This is somebody who's just gotten into like Marvel movies and stuff, and she likes them and everything. But she's watching Superman 1 and 2, and she's just absolutely amazed at how good the special effects look without CGI. And by when I say without CGI, I don't mean that she's like, I can't believe this isn't CGI. She's like, this looks so much better without CGI.
Yeah, practical effects they hold up better over time because you can trick your eye with CGI for a little while, but eventually it starts to pick up on what you're looking at. So by like the second or third viewing, you can see the gradient lines. And plus, look, if you go back like 10 years and look at some of the CGI, it looks like dog shit. Like,
Yes.
go look at even Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Mhm.
You can see a lot of the flaws in that because it has aged well. Look at the Star Wars prequels.
Oh, God, yeah, especially 2,
Yeah.
which was almost all shot on green screen. I was watching the clips that she would put up. I haven't seen Superman 2 in forever, but I've seen that movie many times.
Yeah.
And it is amazing how well they did with him flying.
Yeah. That was real primitive stuff too. I mean, that was like early green screen. Yeah,
And-
I remember the old George Reeves ones where they had like a film playing projected behind him, and even that looks better than some of the CG stuff.
Yeah. The spectacle of what they can do now is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie about that. And a lot of it does look really good. And like you said, a lot of it doesn't hold up well. But it's not until like Superman 3 that the flying looks so ridiculous that you can't take it serious in the old ones. And I don't know what they did differently, that they clearly there was a new technique for that kind of shit. It's like, go back to the old way. It actually looked better.
Yeah.
It actually looked like he was flying. And now it's like, that looks like they made it on a computer. Which they did. So I just thought that was interesting that somebody who didn't see them growing up sees it now and thinks it looks better than the new Superman. Hollywood, there's a lesson in there. And especially when a lot of those effects can be done on miniatures, so it doesn't even have to be, scale explosions.
Yeah.
Blowing up models is so much easier and better looking than anything they're doing with CGI. Jurassic Park 3 had fine special effects, but it was a terrible movie. When it comes to things like the Jurassic Park movies, especially like the first couple, they hold up pretty well. The animatronics and shit still hold up well. But a lot of that wasn't CGI. A lot of it was animatronics.
Yeah.
And those do hold up better unless you're talking about like real old school shit. When you could see the skeleton move under the fake skin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did think it was cool that even people who were never exposed to that look at it today after seeing the other stuff and went, they should do this again.
Right.
Or here's the thing, don't make so many blow up movies. There was a time, Jack, where like if you go back and watch Commando's a great movie that has lots of action and violence in it, but the actual blowing up and stuff, that really only happens at the end.
Yeah, look, pyrotechnics are pretty cheap to do. So shouldn't be that complicated to get some explosions going in your movie.
You ain't
Plus,
gotta be
everybody
all
likes those.
Yeah, people, I love watching shit explode. It's the only reason I watch Mythbusters.
Right?
Like, are they going to blow something up this episode? Anyway, guys, I got to get to bed. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Thank you for the donations. You guys are so, so kind. Jack, anything you want to show?
I'll drop some links to some cool videos. Got some more stuff coming out very soon here. Yeah. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the support you give us, all the donations, and all the chatting you guys do with us in the chat. We try and keep up, but it's not easy. But you guys are awesome and you're beautiful people.
I don't know what I'm going to do about our time slot because I really do want to do it in the day, but now I keep having things to do in the day because I'm awake and my wife's like, let's do things. And I want to do things with her.
Well, yeah, it's your wife.
Maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe I'll move to a Monday through Friday thing and then weekends will be different. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But thank you guys for finding us whenever we're on. We really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Jack,
Absolutely.
A pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here.
Take care of yourself.
Yep. Now his internet dies. Oh. Back to sleep.
There's going to be some people who thought I ended the show there.
Yeah, I know. You just sort of vanished. But it looks like you were still here.
Take care of yourselves. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
My internet is dog shit and I hate it.